Hey guys, it's Rob Schwartz. I'm back for another pro tip for you. This time I want to talk about a pretty big myth. This idea that where you get your bachelor's degree is more important than what you major in. So people who are looking at brand and rank and things like US News and World Report rankings, I got news for you. That's not it. It's actually the opposite. I would tell you at the undergraduate level, looking at the brand or the rank is a fairly meaningless value. Far more important, believe it or not, in graduate school, where it's a much better measurement of an outcome, as opposed to, let's say you're looking at a large public university with 1 to 200 majors. Are all of those majors going to be equally good based on that school's rank? No, it's a pretty silly proposition. So what is more important then? I would actually tell you the outcomes in terms of monetary value are far more predictive based on the major you select than where you get your degree. I'll give you a simple example of looking at the bigger picture and why it's so important to do so. Computer science is a very popular major in the United States, growing as fast as any major maybe in the United States right now. And I had a student recently put a couple of schools on her preliminary college list with a focus on CS. And I kind of highlighted two of those schools. One was the University of Washington Seattle campus, and one was Caltech here in Southern California. Are they both great schools? Yes. Are they both great in computer science? Yes. Are they both hard to get into specifically for computer science? Yes. So aren't they just both great schools? Yeah, for whom? That's the better question. So think about these two examples. We've got Caltech, we've got the University of Washington, Seattle. Here's a school over here that has fewer than 1,000 undergraduate students. Your average class size is going to be really small. I mean, student to faculty ratio, I think, is 3-to-1 at Caltech. You're going to have a lot of hands-on attention. You're going to be expected to participate in every single class. Every professor is going to know your name. You're going to have a lot of interactions with your peers. You can't just, be a bump on a log, take notes, pass the exam, and move on. University of Washington, Seattle has 40 some odd thousand undergraduate students. You're going to have some large lecture hall classes where you're a number. Literally, your student ID number might be more important than your name in many of your classes. You're probably not going to get to know your professors in many of your early first and second year classes. You'll probably get a better sense of who your instructors are within your major third and fourth year, but you're still talking about classes that'll have 30 or 40 people in them. You're never going to have 30 or 40 people in 99% of the classes at Caltech. And then socially, look at the differences. One is a very small suburban school in Pasadena, California, Division III sports, and of that, it's most notorious for one of the longest losing streaks in college sports history. NCAA Division I football, basketball, baseball at UW. It's definitely a school that has more of a party atmosphere, more of a social environment going on, just north of a major metropolitan city like Seattle. These are schools that have nothing in common with one another other than they're both great schools and they're both great in computer science and they're both hard to get into for that discipline. But when you take a step back and you look at just how different those experiences are going to be for the individual who's going to apply, shouldn't that give you a moment of pause to say, one of these might be better for me than another? Admission odds notwithstanding, what are you buying and why are you trying to buy it is a really important question that a lot of families just don't look at. Part of the responsibility of someone like me, a college counselor, is to try to break some of that misinformation down and try to say, hey, why are we doing what we're doing? How can we go about this in a more meaningful, logical way that's going to get us a better outcome at the end of the day, where ultimately the student is happy. They can do what they want to do in an environment where they want to do it. That's our goal. Take some time, really think about what your plan is and why. Are you doing things for the right reasons, or are you doing them because everyone else is doing them? Be honest. I hope this pro tip was helpful for you. If you have questions, if you have concerns, if you want to have a conversation about your particular family situation, please reach out. I offer free consultations. My email is rob@premiercollegeguide.com. Touch base anytime. Let's see what we can do to help each other move forward. Hope you enjoyed this pro tip. We'll see you for another one in the near future. Bye for now.